Hey guys, alright, so this is your weekly reading for all signs. If you're looking at a private reading with me, I do link my email in the description box. So starting with Aries, 5 cards for the week. Monday through Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, on Monday you may have somebody try to reconcile with you. They seek change, they think they could do better. They may give you some sort of long spiel. It doesn't have to be romantic, obviously. And it does look like it could be, it has potential if you're looking to reconcile with somebody, whether it's family, friend, whatever, okay? And on Tuesday, we have the same person in your life still, and now you still need to make some sort of judgment call. I think maybe you have to sleep on it. You have to really think about this for a while, and maybe it's not. Maybe you consider it on Monday, and by Tuesday you're like, maybe this isn't a good idea. And Wednesday, you could be thinking about a move, whether it's a move with a company or whether it is an actual move, okay? Whatever your 10 of Cups is, Aries, you're going to change your mind by Wednesday. It's going to be something very different. By Thursday, you're investing in something someone's going to tell you about. It could be financial, doesn't have to be. And by Friday, you are going to try to heal a connection with somebody from work, or like if you have a hobby, all right, something like that. Somebody you see regularly, but it's not romantic. Okay. For Taurus, 5 cards for Taurus for the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. On Monday, you're going to be needing some extra sleep. Looks like you may have had a kind of crazy or active weekend, and Monday you're just kind of exhausted. On Tuesday, you are dealing with 2 different people, could be family members. You're going to find out some interesting news or see something on the internet, or something like that that's kind of be distressing to you, and so you have to deal with these 2 people because they're involved. On Wednesday, you're walking away from a situation that no longer serves you. It could be somebody's betrayal or even like a betrayal in the workplace. On Thursday, you could be going to some sort of gathering or outing, getting together with friends. Feeling emotionally distressed by Thursday, though, so I'm not loving that for you. And on Friday, it does look like your heart's in the right place, but somebody's mistreating you. Yeah, you're going to be feeling kind of lousy by Friday, too. Oh, I'm sorry, Taurus. All right, moving on to Gemini. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On Monday, you're going to have a deep conversation with somebody that's going to lead to something pretty positive, especially if it's financial. On Tuesday, you're still having this discussion with somebody. It looks your future looks bright. Whatever you're doing for work or trying to get some sort of abundance is working this week for you. You are going to be noticed by Wednesday for your stability and your hard work. By Thursday, you're protecting some sort of income or something that you have from somebody. Okay, you're afraid that they're going to take your idea, or they're going to take your income, or they're going to, something like that, but you're protecting something. You're protecting yourself as well. And by Friday, you're going to end a connection you have with somebody. It could even be a family member. Moving on to Cancer. And thank you for all of you Cancers that have reached out about Max. He does have a surgery on the 27th. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, looks like you're working hard towards some sort of goal on Monday. You're also healing from what looks like it could be an injury or an illness. I mean, worst case, it's emotional, but you're healing from something. On Tuesday, you're going to be feeling really stable. Your finances are looking good. Somebody's going to disappoint you, though. If you have children, it could be a child. By Wednesday, Could be getting into a bit of an argument with family members or friends. It does work out. It doesn't last, but it is some sort of argument. On Thursday, it looks like you are putting money away for something special. Or maybe even opening a new account, something. You're putting money away for something. You're dropping a heavy burden as well. And by Friday, it looks like if you have somebody, you could be being intimate by Friday. If you do not have somebody, then you could be just getting really excited about a future plan, okay? Moving on to Leo. 5 cards for the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday looks kind of wretched. Some of you might be finding out you have to move or someone close to you has to move. It's not like it's absolutely necessary, so you could be disappointed in that. Could even be like moving out of a company, okay? By Tuesday, we have you could be taking the day off and or just needing extra relaxation time. Looks like you're feeling a little bit unbalanced this week, okay? By Wednesday, you are potentially reconciling with somebody that I stabbed you in the back before. I wouldn't do it, obviously. Once a shark, always a shark, but do as you want with that information. By Thursday, you're having a deep conversation with somebody that's going to lead to an argument. And by Friday, else somebody's paying you back for something or they're helping you out with a situation. Could be also having like deep, sweet conversations with somebody if you have a romance, okay? For Virgo, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, on Monday, could be spending time with somebody you care about, or maybe you're just having a really good time at work, but I really don't think that's the case. It looks like you're spending time with somebody you care about. It does not have to be romantic, obviously. And your finances this week look fantastic. By Tuesday, you have a manifestation that's happening you're really excited about. On Wednesday, you might be investing in something, especially in yourself, okay? So for some of you, if you're in a romance, you might be looking at like bringing it to the next level. If you're not in a romance, you might be like looking at starting a new business. Lots of self-care this week for you, which I do like. By Thursday, you are going through some sort of emotional and physical change. You're going to be like noticing this change more on Thursday, okay? And growth and abundance is coming your way. Somebody is going to get in a fight or have an issue with a mother. By Friday, it looks like, ooh, that issue with your mother's going to continue. Lots of harsh communication. If you're like, no, I don't have a mother, I was hatched, then this could be somebody who's like a motherly figure to you, okay? Some sort of feminine energy. Moving on to Libra. 5 cards for Libra. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, on Monday, you're a little bit upset about your finances. Just keep working. Things will stabilize as the week goes on, hopefully. By Tuesday, you might be feeling not well, okay? Unfortunately, and kind of like losing your steam, like, just feeling kind of worn out and dragging. By Wednesday, we do have some sort of manifestation around your finances. So you could be finding a solution by Wednesday. Also getting invited to something. By Thursday, we have you having a deep conversation with somebody at a distance. Something will be illuminated. They're going to help you find your stability. And by Friday, you could be walking away from somebody. It looks like a family member. Could be an argument, a disagreement, clash of personality. Moving on to Scorpio. Whoa, I'm going to take that. What the hell? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, on Monday, you could be dealing with an earth sign, not necessarily. Actually, it looks like you're dealing with several signs. This is probably in the workplace, could be family related. It doesn't look like the best day of your life. It does look like you could have some issues with these people and you're kind of frustrated. They're not really seeing your side of anything. On Tuesday, you could be feeling more passionate, excited about something to do with your finances. You're having some sort of breakthrough. It looks really good. On Wednesday, you could be considering doing something on your own on the side. It could anything from like writing a book to, it looks like writing a book, but obviously it's not going to be for every Scorpio, but it looks like you're getting into something brand new, which is going to be very exciting for you. By Thursday, you're trying to pray and or manifest for something. For some of you, it's a child, but for those of you that are like, no, I don't like children, this is just a manifestation that maybe it's like something you wanted since your childhood, okay? And by Friday, you're spending some time alone. People are trying to get you out and about. It may or may not. It might work. It might work. You might be persuaded to get out. Moving on to Sagittarius. 5 cards for the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, on Monday, you are looking at your 10 of Cups, whatever that is to you. It does look like it's financial. Watch out, you may have a stalker who's an earth sign. Somebody who's a burden to you. I think you know who this person is. By Tuesday, something will be illuminated and you're going to be feeling much better. You're investing in something. You're excited about something. Looks financial, but obviously it won't be for all of you, but some of you, it could even be a new job. By Wednesday, we have some growth and abundance coming your way. Could be dealing with a water sign. If you're not, you just have lots of new options coming, and it does look like your spirituality is developing like stronger this week. And by Thursday, you have some sort of energetic tie to somebody, and it's like there's a joy here with it, but there's also a price to pay for it. Does that make sense? I don't, if it's a relationship, I don't think everybody agrees with the relationship, and if it's, or maybe you have more than one relationship going, you know, and you're having a hard time with it, but somebody here is very good for you and the other person is very persuasive, meaning maybe even manipulative. And by Friday here, watch out for a financial blunder. So it could be anything from buying something that you shouldn't have, physically losing money, finding out you have a bill that you forgot about, you know, something like that. Moving on to Capricorn. I'm seeing the drum circle. Man, I haven't gone there in ages. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On Monday, you could be dealing with a fire sign. Not necessarily. They could just have fire sign placements. Somebody's concerned about your stability, and they're also concerned about your diet. So could be a family member, a close friend, something like that. On Tuesday, it looks like your finances are improving, or at least you are working towards some sort of goal where you're going to have a lot more financial success. On Wednesday, you are kind of feeling a little bit lost and anxious. I think this is all in your mind. There's nothing really going on. It's just going to be a difficult day for you. And on Thursday, you're looking at new opportunities you're pretty excited about. Definitely a bit of a self-care day as well. You could be spending money on yourself. And by Friday, it does look like you're going to be asked to go somewhere. And I don't think it's like a party or anything like that. I think this is like a potential for new wealth. Okay, so somebody being like, hey, I want to go introduce you to the CEO, or hey, I want to go and introduce you to something like that, where it's going to make you more money in the long run. All right, moving on to Aquarius. 5 cards for Aquarius. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On Monday, you're going to be feeling pretty good. Looks like a great day. You're going through some sort of transformation, self-development, feeling really good in your skin. By Tuesday, you could be needing a little extra rest, okay? You have some decisions to make, you know this, and so you need some time off or downtime to think about it. On Wednesday, you might be getting help from somebody. Yeah, it does. It looks like you're getting some help from somebody. Watch out for a financial issue on Wednesday, okay? Don't be overspending or anything, but I do see reaching out to somebody and them helping you. On Thursday, you could be finding out you're going to be making more money, whether that's a new company, moving up in a company, starting your own business, pay raise, whatever the case, okay? And on Friday, you're going to be hearing from multiple people. You're going to have a busy Friday. One of these people could be your Ten of Cups, I'll be honest with you, but either or, it does look like you have new options. And for Pisces, 5 cards for Pisces. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wow, okay, so far, Pisces, yours looks the best. Knock on wood. That's not real wood, though. On Monday, it looks like you're making some good progress. Finances looking really stable. If you're looking for a job or something like that, you're probably going to get it. Somebody wants to reconcile with you, and I see you not taking that call or answering that text or even acknowledging it. On Tuesday, you could be spending time with somebody you really care about or making plans to. Could even be meeting somebody, I guess, on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, you could be considering else a move. Could be, if it's not a move, it could be like a move within a company, or it could be starting your own business, something like that. But I see growth and abundance happening with whatever it is that you're going through here on Wednesday. On Thursday, you're moving forward with something. You have to make a judgment call this week, unfortunately, on somebody that you could have a partnership with, whether that's business or pleasure. And I think you're going to be disappointed when you find out the truth about this person, unfortunately. By Friday, you are manifesting a new connection or your connection to go in a different direction. So if you're involved, maybe you guys are going to move in, get engaged, whatever the case, okay? If you're not involved, you could be meeting somebody, and this person would be a long-term commitment, because I do see marriage in your future. If you don't believe in marriage, guys, you could still have some sort of commitment. Okay, that's it. I have a lot of cleaning to do, so enjoy your weekend.